Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. I've done a little bit of things in between episodes here. So we're going to go around first of all, and I'm going to give you some updates. It looks like, well, first of all, this mine is all emptied out. So is this one. So we got two empty mines over here. We're going to have to upgrade those guys eventually, but we don't have the point yet. So we'll get to that later. We have this little area is coming together quite nicely, in fact. It's got a couple little things that are happening. We don't really have a whole lot of production systems set up over here yet, but this was more for just the housing to begin with. And as you saw that I clicked there, we are having a little bit of repair issues around town. So with the repair shop, wherever that thing is, up here, I have 4 people in this one, and wherever else we've got repair shops, we're up to 12 people. Total in repairing, just to make sure that we got stuff happening. We've been doing really great with laborers. We're up to 28 spare laborers. I did get a batch of immigrants recently, but before that even I thought it was doing pretty great. Now down here I swapped out our forester hut thingy doodler for 4 forest farms. These guys have been going for a little bit of time, not a whole lot. You can see here we got 177 ish on all 4 of them. Not super duper, but decent enough. And then this area has developed quite a bit since the last time you saw it. So we got our transfer station here. We have 2 warehouses. We got this warehouse here that's closer to the market. And that was kind of my hope, was that the market people would work here and be close. We got houses on either side, doing great. And all the standard things. Over here, we have a new quarry. We have 3 mines all working. We have another warehouse, so it's close to the mines. And then on this side, we are going to have 4 pig pens. Lots of corrals, bringing us some food from our pigs. And over here, we're also going to throw in a butcher at one point. Let's do it right now while I'm thinking about it. The butcher, of course, is going to be for the pork that we're going to get out of here. And I'm going to do some processing with that salted meats and stuff. And I'll show you that stuff, too, that we got. At the end of last episode, we did the trees, but previously in the episode we did some more salted things, but we didn't really look at that. I just gotta find them again. That's not the big deal. Over here we got 3 more corrals with pigs. Lots of corrals with pigs in them. Such a good source of food. So that's what we're doing. We're hurting on food again. Textile mill, making us cotton. Cotton's coming from here. Boom, boom, boom. And then our sugar workshop, sugarcane. Sugar's coming from here, going right there, getting processed. Over on this side we have our jams from the plums, doing great. Well, it looks like we need a couple more plums, but it's doing great most of the time. We only did 20 jam last year, I guess, but maybe we have a total 0. Yeah, getting used up pretty quick. So that's a line of things that we could probably refine a little bit more and make a little bit more smooth. We got more forest farms all good up here. We have these sprinkled around town, try and keep up with our forest demand. 6 nurseries now, trying to keep up with our herbs. And we got a couple more mines up here, looks like, that are all completed. So let's get an iron ore back in that guy. And you can see it's kind of bare over here. I've been taking trees from wherever we can find them pretty much and using them for supplemental timber, since timber is all of a sudden a problem. We did 3 more cactus plantations over here, and we have all of these things working, and we ran out of cactuses. We had several thousand, and now we're back up to 6,000, so that's great. We could even kick a couple more people in these production places, so let's do that right now. I don't have another one making us the cactus cuts, but I'm not opposed. So we might put in another one of these cactus workshops, get some more cactus cuts going. And while we're here, I'm gonna put in some more for the cactus juice as well. Might as well. We got stuff ready for it. Pottery workshop's still working. Sand is getting better, and clay is still hurting, so we might have to put some more clay sand pits on the other side of the river and get that stuff to come in a little bit better. And there's our 3 plantations over there, and we got some more rice going on this side. I still need to get in some more plantations that are producing us food to replace these 4 fields, but we haven't done that yet. They're just still hanging out here. It's something I know I need to do, I just haven't done it yet. Over here's our curing workshop. This is one of 2 that we put in. So this guy is taking the meats from the butcher, buffalo meat, getting into a meat chop. The meat chop gets salted, and then comes salted meat. And you can see here we're waiting on more meat coming in, but it should happen soon. Once we start getting more and more pork's gonna be the go-to, I think. Well, I think I'll do a butcher for pork, and I'll do a butcher for buffalo meat, and then we'll have, I think it's I think it's meat chop no matter what we do here. Looks like it. Pork, yeah. So that's gonna be great. That'll help get going to a simple food up from a rough food. So that'll be nice to have that stuff happening. And there's our mines, and then we're back down here. So we've kind of gone around, update on what's happened around town here. Got just a bunch more reservoirs too coming in, trying to keep up with our water supply demand. There we go. And then looks like you need some pigs, so we'll transfer those guys in just a moment. Ah, it's such an awful sound. So the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna do some advancements. So like I had mentioned, we have a lot of mines sprinkled around town now that are empty. So what I wanted to do is get into this, and then we can go down to senior mine. Now these aren't the infinite ones yet. That's down here once we get the forge. But we should have the things to do the senior mine. Planks, steel, and lamp oil. So we're gonna grab that, activate that guy. 5 more points. Logistics. Let's get backpack, let's get delivery, and let's get hand carts. And then we have 2 more points. And I think for now, I'm just going to focus on what we got. We could go into construction a little bit. I think that's what we'll do. Actually, let's do that right now. Let's go with toilet, and we'll go with bedding, and we can do the bedding stuff. Furniture is gonna need a lot of trees, which we don't quite have yet. So we're still working on that. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Usually these forest farms are really, really good. 176 isn't a lot. So I'm wondering if I put in a couple more workers, if that's gonna help out. You have 37, so let's try it out. So these 2 lower ones here, these are all the same size, I believe 10 by 10s, and we'll see how that compares. So we'll do 2 more. We need clothes, we need tools, we need water, we need food, we need a lot of the things. I think taking all those immigrants is catching up with me a little bit. This guy is gonna be pork. There we go, like so. And then you need 25 needs a pig. So let's go up here. I can separate it out. 25. There we go. There it went. All right, take a second. All right, 34 laborers. Great. So nice to have laborers and just be able to do what you want. Looks like we have 2 people who need to get replaced. Maxers plus 15. Fruit yield. Let's do that. Proficiency of construction plus 1. Existence time of tombstones. Goodbye. Trying to get rid of those things for sure. There's such a pain in the butt. We got to get with Carlos some more and get some get to that temple thing that allows us to have the infinite graveyards. So it's gonna be so nice to have that one, so we can get that going. All right, now with some construction of the new stuff that we got. Let's see. We go here, resources. Okay, senior mines and open mines. So I'm not gonna construct new ones of those things, but instead we're gonna find our mine here. We're gonna upgrade, calling for that stuff. Do the same over here. And that will replenish that inventory that was at 0 that you saw there. It will go back up to being full. So yes, we have more mines up here that we need to upgrade, but I'm going to just do this for now. We don't have all the materials to deal with all those mines, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, we got the mines dealt with, so let's go with processing. So the bedding shops are going to require the cotton that we have. So this is our little cotton staging area. And this textile mill is producing us cotton fabric, cotton cloth. Only at 200 on it. Let's kick that up to 5. Kick that to 500. And then we'll do a bedding shop. Oh, it doesn't quite fit in here as nicely as I had hoped. But we could maybe stick it over on this side. That'll work. All right. Get this guy going. I need some timber. All right. That's fine. And what else do we learn? So we learned the hand cart, so that's an advanced blacksmith, so we can find one of those guys. That should be not you, Smithy. I thought we had a couple advanced blacksmiths. Maybe we didn't get those guys yet. It looks like there we go, we do have one right here. Okay, so this guy can go down to hand carts. They're gonna call for steel and planks. Let's do that. So I think we are going to need to have some more plank production as well. So timber is just very much so in demand right now. We're gonna go like this, and we're gonna grab another guy to make us some planks. I don't know where to put this thing. We can put it up over here. That's fine, I guess. We'll get it like that, close to this, and we'll make that guy be planks as well. So timber, yeah. So we're gonna need to plant us some more tree farms. I feel like the tree farms are gonna like catch up to me, and all of a sudden we're gonna have tons and tons of. Whoa, that's a big tree. Tons and tons of timber, which won't be that bad of a thing. Definitely not. This space should work all right for a couple of tree farms. We'll do a 10 by 10 like we normally do. 10 by 10. That's another little spot for those guys. We have the transfer station right here, so that'll work to get things shipped out. The timber is what I'm thinking. And we could even put in a little warehouse in here, maybe? On this side we could. Maybe even a big one on that side. There, perfect. Okay. Another spot for trees coming in. We have our knitting workshop over here that's making us rope, and we have some baskets as well. How are we doing on stock of reeds? Not great. So we could probably put in a couple more reed fields to keep up with the demand that we're having for them. So let's go ahead and we'll put one on right there, and we'll do another one right next door, and do our cut stone roads. So one thing that's nice about having more builders is that our roads are finally getting put in. So we put in this little swath of stone roads. Oh boy, that was probably like 5-6 episodes already now. And it's just now starting to get built because we just now are having the excess workers to do that kind of stuff. So it's nice to finally have it getting dealt with. So it is winter time, so I'm going to gather all, and we are going to utilize not only our free laborers, but our farmers as well to gather up a bunch of that tree action and whatever else is there. You go see a big old swarm of people heading on over. Oh, we got a traveling merchant. I think that's 1,000. Yeah, don't have that much yet. But you would think that we would have our porcelain ready pretty soon here. What do we got for stock? Only 846. I know that we're not making, we don't have as many people working it. Maybe we'll kick that up now that we can. And let's go ahead and put in another sand pit for clay. I think we have 2 and 2. Yep. So we'll do that. We could even put this on this side of town. Got a little bit of space for it, so that'll work great. Should work right there, like so. Okay, and this guy will be for clay, and cut stone road. We'll run you like that. All right, great. That's gonna happen off in a little bit. And I think that's all of our upgrades that we got. Let's see. Pocket expansion, backpack. Okay, that's another thing. And delivery. So the delivery is the workers at the marketplaces are going to bring the goods to the people instead of the other way around. So what I kind of want to do in that case is let's put in a couple more workers. Let's try to have 3 workers at each of our marketplaces, just so they have the people power to move stuff around. Ooh, that marketplace has only got 1 person in it. All right, do 3. And some of these spots don't really need the 3 people, but we're gonna put them in there anyways. The transfer stations is another thing. If we find a really busy transfer station, or maybe I'll just do two people on each transfer station anyways, just to help each other out and get stuff moved pretty easily. And another one here. We are also looking for any buildings that are in need of repair. There was a couple that collapsed, and I think I caught most of them, except for that one. And we'll get them fixed if we see them up. Again, over here, this pathway is coming together. It's just very slow. And I think it'll be nice once we can get some decorations in there and start playing with that a little bit more. It's kind of fun to do. Oh, we have an event. Alcohol. Weird. Although drinking can improve one's mood, too much drinking leads to drunkenness. Last night, a citizen drank too much and fell into the river. Fortunately, he was not injured, but he woke up. He suddenly found a bag of silver coins scattered around next to him. Pick it up and take it away. There you go. 1,000 coins for us. That's pretty great. Pretty nice. Let's get in another cemetery here where we took that one out. Oh, so I have to go this way with it. All right, great. We have the 3. Oh, this one needs to be replaced too. There we go. We'll get this guy fixed up. Great. All right. Oh, here's another building that needs to be rebuilt. They're sprinkled all over the place. So, oh, our mine is done. So yes, senior mine. Got the 5 people working in there, and you can see inventory is existent again. Super wonderful. We're gonna go with coal. Coal is a substitute for house heating. Let's see if we can find one right here. So see, they can burn the coal instead of the domestic fuels. It's easier. It's not, coals aren't gonna take away, coal isn't going to use timber. So that's why I wanted to do the coal instead. And we do have 25 free laborers. I'm gonna keep them. I'm not gonna just stuff them all into the other mine there. Just hold off. And so this looks like it's all picked clean pretty much. It's nice. Only 270, 314 timber. So that's not gonna last us for very long. This guy's looking for pork. You guys are at the caps? Oh, these are at 10. So I'm gonna put these down to 5. So we should have a couple pork chops coming through pretty quickly. And that should go right to this guy. And then from here, we do need the salt. So we go curing workshop. That's great, but we're gonna need a transfer station to bring us some salt, and we'll put a warehouse over here so that they have a spot to put that salt. And then we can go up to our salt gatherer guy, which is right here, and we'll put another person working in there so we have enough. We have 1,000 salt stored up is pretty good. Here we want clay, so there we go. Sand pit, things coming together, doing great. What are you looking for? Buffalo meats, okay. And then here I'm gonna do another one, and we'll make this be the pig pork, and then we'll go like that, and then we're gonna go cut stone road, and we'll bring it in front of both of those buildings like so. Then we have the curing workshop for the meat shop, and I was gonna do, maybe we don't need this one. I was thinking one for buffalo, one for pork, but we only need the one. So we'll do this for butcher, and this is going to call for the pork instead of the buffalo meat, and that will have the same meat chops, and then that should all help each other over here, so that'll be wonderful once you can get that going. The lamp oil, I think we turned that off, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay, so this is not operating right now, so we're gonna turn these guys back on in here. And lanterns, we're at cap, so we only need the oil, so we'll just turn that back on. We'll leave the lanterns off for now. Food is hurting again, so what do we got here? Sawmill. I think you were going to be this. We'll do 2 on there, and then let's see if we have an update on our numbers for the forest farms that are in our new little area down here. Sorry, getting distracted by shinies. And let's see, 171. So at least not yet. Doesn't look like a huge difference in our numbers by adding 2 more people to it, which kind of makes sense to me. You can only, this 10 by 10 is only going to support so much trees. If you had a huge one like a 20 by 20, maybe you would need 4 people in there, but I'm gonna leave the 4 in there for now, and we'll see how it goes. Might need to upgrade a little bit more. Mountain quarry is doing great. These 2 buildings are almost completed. Pigs are doing great over here. Get that 506 pork. Oh, it's so good. And what else we got over here? Okay, we're making more coal. We're gonna have a ton of coal. It's gonna be great. Up here though, we are using it for our steel. So we do need to upgrade these mines to continue to have the iron production coming in. We do have this other mine that is producing this iron, but the fuel factory here and the smelter are all going to be using up our coal. Well, I guess the fuel factory is using the coal, making it refined fuel, so we don't have to use timber for that, and that's why we're doing it that way. But for now, it's okay. What do we got for steel? Only 108. I'm gonna kick that up a notch. We'll kick this up a notch as well. One's at 400, one's at 200 cap. That's great. 44 citizens want new housing. Okay, so in that case, we do have this whole big area over here. Here's our bedding shop that we put in. So this guy is, ooh, Persian tapestry. That's cool. Is cotton cloth and something else potentially, or we could use linen, but we don't have a ton of linen, I don't think. Yeah, not a ton. So let's go with feathers and cotton cloth, and this will be the only spot where we're using this cotton cloth. So it shouldn't run out, hopefully. Let's do a double person in the textile mill so that we have more of the cotton cloth saved up. Since we're at 8,000 cotton, it's pretty good. Let's use a little bit more of it. And it looks like these peeps are freezing over here, which of course is not great. We need to have domestic fuels coming in, and this guy is using animal poop, but it looks like we're dang near out of our animal poop stocks. We had like 33,000 at one point, and then we noticed, and then we put everything to domestic fuels. What do we have for stock? Only 32 domestic fuel stocked up. That is rough. So this guy is calling for fish. We don't have fish stored up. So what you can do is, I'll show you this right here. I think that's under I. Bring this up, and then bring this menu up. We should be able to go to stock management. See here it says ban food. It's gonna be rough food. We're gonna find those fish. There's fish. We're gonna toggle the switch. Ban citizens from using or eating the item. Item can only be processed. So they aren't gonna eat the base fish. They'll save it. It's gonna get shipped to our curing workshops. Curing workshop is gonna use salt and produce salted fish for us. It's slightly more filling, so that's better. 2 ingredients to make one single thing better. This thing is almost done, so we can start some more tree farm production there. This thing is waiting for pork. That's all right. Looks like it's done a pretty good job so far. We could even add in some soap manufacturing over on that side. That might be a good idea as well, since this is the only area right now that has soap. So let's go ahead and we'll put another soap guy right there. And curing workshop, you want meat chops. Go, and we'll get the salt down here hopefully pretty soon. We go right into our warehouse there from the transfer stations. Tools are getting better, it looks like, but clothing still is not great. The tools were bad because of timber. You can see here we didn't have any timber, so they aren't making tools. You can't make tools without the timber. So that's as that's getting fixed, it looks like the tools are getting fixed, and that makes sense. But as far as clothing goes, it looks like both those things are okay. We probably could use some more just rough clothing instead of the down jackets. Looks like those are both advanced tailors. Let's see. This is an advanced tailor as well. Do we have a regular tailor around here? Doesn't? Oh yeah, right here. So this guy's just using leather, which we don't have a ton of. So maybe we need to grab another one of these guys. And I wonder if you can make rough clothes just from cotton. So let's see if we go here. Cotton cloth. Okay. But we did kick it up a notch with our textile mill to make us some more cotton cloth. So if we have to, we can put in another textile mill up here. And then we'll have 2 things feeding out the cotton cloth. We should be okay, I think. These guys are probably at 10 pigs. Yes, they are. Let's knock that down to 5. Okay. Great. There we go. Transfer station's ready to go. Oh, I used up all my workers. Oh, that's not a surprise. Let's see. So I bet you one of our mines finished, and that took up a bunch of people. I'm gonna pause the game because we're losing people to things, and I want to be able to replace it. So one of our mines were right over here. Oh, it's not even built yet. So we have these guys making us coal up there, and since we have 2 mines here making us coal, I'm gonna turn off 1, and then let's find these things that need to be replenished. So fisherman is the first one. We got 4. We got 1. It's this one right here. A sand person. Right there. Fisherman. Another fisherman. Let's see, 3, 4. Yeah, it's this guy right here. And then finally a builder. So that one's gonna be harder to find, but we can easily do that like this. There we go. Right here. Okay, great. Now that's replenished. Let's get the game back up and running. So our smiley faces have dwindled a little bit, and I have a way to fix that, and I think we'll do that right now. We might as well. We have the extra point to do it. And it's just grabbing entertainment. All systems stress -10. Go grab it. We need to get it down anyway, so let's do that. And we bought plenty of other stuff at the beginning of the episode to build up for this episode, I think. So we'll be doing pretty great once that stuff gets going. We do have another immigrant batch coming up. That's great because we are out of workers again. I got really excited and put in a bunch of stuff, and now we are short of workers again. Senior mine, turn you off. All right, so yeah, that's great. We got our mines fixed up. They aren't infinite, like I said, but they're better than what they were. We have our cactuses doing great again. We should have tons saved up, 7,000. We're working our cotton into cloth. We got our tree farms working. We got our hand carts. I think we should have a handful of those. A handful of hand carts. Should have some of those ready to roll. Where do we have that guy making them? Right here. 5. Great. So this adds to the carry weight of the citizens, and they will gradually wear out and need to replace, of course. Just something better. Start moving goods around. It helps. Everything helps. Every little bit helps out. So that's what we're gonna do with those guys. Super great. It looks like we have Leopold Stotch. That's Butters from South Park. Reached school age. They went to school study, and then we had Edith become a laborer, and it looks like they got taken away like immediately. Looks like we have a forester that died of starvation. We got people dying of thirst. Kind of ridiculous things that we should have under wraps at year 70, but it's kind of the way that extreme goes. It's you make these jumps with population, and you have to continuously make the basic stuff, because everybody's gonna need the basic stuff. So you're gonna need as much. I'm not gonna put that there. I'm too busy talking. You're gonna need as much of the basic stuff as you can get, really, to keep up with it, to keep up with the demand on extreme. I took that out because I want a little bridge here, and I might think I'm gonna do one over here too. I think they'll look really cool once we get to that point. So yeah, I gotta find a spot for this other reservoir so that we can keep getting in some more water. We do have a couple spots where we're using up water for production, like our distilleries, and we do have a bunch of wells by that stuff. That was somebody commented that, mentioning that in one of our recent videos, to put the wells by the things that need it, and that's a great idea, and that's what we have been doing, but it just isn't cutting it enough right now. So we need to get the reservoirs going, and the reservoirs are pretty good. Like 816 water coming in. This guy's only got one worker in it compared to the 2 workers here at 366. It's just straight up better. So I'm gonna even like just shift people away from the regular wells and get them into the reservoirs, just because it's so much better. Knock that guy out here, do this, and one of these, and one of those. Okay, so I did put in 2 more reed fields over here earlier in the episode because we wanted to get a little bit more knitting action done, and can't really do anything. We ran out of workers. So, oh, and just like they were answering the phone and saying, hey, we're here. We got 24 more immigrants. Now I'm getting a little bit nervous because we don't have hospitals yet, and there it is. The plague could definitely finish our game for us. We need to get into the... Oh, I can get hospitals. I didn't realize that. Okay, we needed to get into the bedding part down here, tech, to get into hospitals. So I'm gonna do the hospital next for sure. I didn't realize that was ready to go. It looks like the... Oh, shoot. All right, so I paused the game, and I did have the little blips off. So it just looks a little bit nicer and a little bit cleaner. But we have TB that happened. So if you click on this guy has TB. So the problem with that is, as I was just saying, I'm getting worried about it, is because you need the hospital to deal with tuberculosis. So what is very possible to happen is that this person could spread tuberculosis to everybody, and then it's game over. So what I'm gonna do, because we caught it immediately, is I'm gonna banish this person. They're gonna get mad about it, but I would rather the one family get mad about it than our whole game be over with, because I got a little excited about immigrants again. It's very reminiscent of our first playthrough where I didn't know any better, and we wiped. So yeah, I know better now, and so we're gonna do that. And absolutely 100% toodly doodly, we are gonna get the hospital next. We have to, otherwise, or we don't take up any immigrants. That's the other option. But we have a lot of food issues. We have a lot of tools stuff happening. We need the people to work on the stuff and things. So we need it. So hopefully the pigs here are gonna kick in. I know I just separated out a bunch of them so that so that we would get more. It's kind of like an investment thing, but the output should be worth it, and then we should be starting to be okay with food again. Or you know what else? We mentioned this. We could absolutely put in some more of these guys, cactus cuts. And let's do that now. So I have the game paused right now. Let's just see if we have another person come up with TB. If they do, we are gonna just banish them. It's kind of cheaty, but I'm not going to reload a save because that feels a little cheaty. It feels cheatier, so we're not gonna do that. But we are gonna get the hospital next, and let's deal with this town hall person here. Processing proficiency +1, livability. Let's do that. And it looks, look at all these meat pops. Not great, not great. And tools are bad. We know that. And it's all because of timber. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And I hope you enjoyed. And I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival. And hopefully we can get this stuff figured out.